most fans are kind of with you on that. I think fans' issue, I think on the Heat side, or the Heat fan side now, is more, well, if you knew that you weren't going to keep him or this was going to be an issue, why not explore the trade market over the summer? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, man. Like,
Okay.
they should have dealt him at last deadline. The minute that they had those immediate.
Oh, last deadline. So not
Yeah.
even now. No, how do you think that would have gone over though? I mean, you troll in Heat media, Heat Twitter a little, not Heat media, in Heat Twitter a little bit. If you're trading Jimmy at the deadline before they even had a chance, I mean, they traded for Rozier instead. I mean that has not turned out well. But trading him at the deadline last year, do you think
you get ahead of this?
Okay.
Like, he's still hero Jimmy Butler that led the Valiant team to the finals and wasn't it all fluky. Like, he's still the hero then. And there's going to be so many teams last year that have been like, hell yes, absolutely. We want a winner like that on board. Versus now when it's like, I have to pay him a lot of money for the biggest locker room explosion guy in the league who the Heat couldn't handle. Like, it's just so much better. The minute that they came to you and like, this is what we want. And you're like, we're not paying that. Out the door, get on the phone, get it done before they.
But I think they were open to it. See, that's the thing. They didn't want to pay the just the 1 year. And what's funny now is that Jimmy has cost himself more in this one suspension. One suspension that hasn't even, and we'll see if it ends up going to arbitration because it doesn't seem like the Player Association's in a hurry. But on this one suspension, $3.5 million roughly, then he would have gotten additionally by ripping up the Heat ripping up the contract and giving him a salaried year instead of the option year. And then again, the $58 million the year after. But he's already cost himself more, and that's without another suspension potentially on the way if he doesn't, comport himself the way that they want him to when he returns. The only thing I'll say is I totally get your point about if you trade him, then he would have had more value. No question about that. I mean, he's tanking his own value right now, which is making it harder for them to trade him. The best thing that he could have done was get on the same page with them because it benefits both of them for a contender other than Phoenix to be interested. But again, he's not viewing it that way right now.
No. How do you not know you're not dealing with a rational actor? Ethan, you've hinted at the stuff from the support staff.
Yeah, I know.
Like, this isn't this being treated as like this being treated, and I get why.
We haven't even reported most of it, Matt.
I know. But I've heard about
support staff is going to breathe the biggest sigh of relief when this is over. Trust me.
If I've heard about it, everyone's heard about it, and so. From that perspective, it's like, how did you think this was going to go? Right. Is my thing. Is like, did you really? I think what happened was Riley really thought like, we are both men, we are both professionals, and this will be carried out in a professional manner because we are both professionals. Mm. Because you wanted to pretend that the problems with Jimmy in Philly and Minnesota and Chicago were those teams being inferior to you, and it wasn't. Mm. It was that Jimmy is Jimmy.
Well, and again, they do have a little bit of a